All right, guys, it is Monday night. We have changed our trainings to Monday nights, our team time, right after Dr. A's um, call. And so I'm Dee. Got my husband Larry with me tonight. So glad to be here with you guys. And, you know, we put it out on our team page, really looking for your input on what's going to be most helpful to you in terms of moving yourselves and your business forward, and how Optavia can really work for you and to help more people. So one of the first things that we heard feedback on was really just some individuals wanting some clarification on what exactly is the trilogy we hear about, and what does that mean? What does it mean for you? And what does it mean for your clients, right? How do you offer the trilogy to others? So we thought we'd start there, talking a little bit about what you want, and a little bit on financials and what's possible, just kind of painting a picture and then tying it all up with a bow. So we're going to move kind of rapidly through this. And if you have questions, we can certainly try at the end, or certainly answer them offline. But so raise your hand again if you were on the Dr. A's call right before. So those were some really great examples of the trilogy, and really, really what Optavia represents in terms of being a transformation program. So when we talk about the trilogy of health, what we're really talking about is health in three key areas. So we know about physical body, right? It's probably how most of us found Optavia, was for physical body, right? To make that physical transformation so that we can reach our healthy weight, learn all the healthy habits to keep it off, and have the freedom that we want physically to live the life the way we want without limitation. But that's just one corner, like one piece of what true health is. And I think if you wanted, anybody asked you, well, how's your program different from, you know, Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or the millions of other things that are out there, those are eating plans, right? They're purely eating plans. That's all there is to it. There's an eating plan. We're in the transformation business. So the other core components that we look at are healthy mind. And so what does healthy mind mean? And most of you guys hopefully have completed the well-being evaluation. We did a training on that last week. But that is really where we start to dig, and let's say to start with ourselves, just start to dig with ourselves. Are we where we want to be? You know, are we where we want to be in terms of meaning and purpose, how we want to show up in the world? Are we where we want to be? I would say time is our most precious commodity. And do you have the time that you want? You know, and a lot of our clients that we speak with, I mean, they're a lot of reasons they're overweight or they're struggling with their health is because they're leading these absolutely crazy lives, and they don't have time to do what they really want. So their hobbies, their families, does the mom or dad want to be home with their kids if they could? You know, do you want more freedom? You know, do you have time to do community work and all the things that are important to you? And then the third component, and I think we know this for a fact, is where so many people struggle, is in the area of finances. And, you know, where are we with that? A lot of people have what appears to be very good jobs on the outside, but they might be, you know, in debt. The family that was on the call, they had filed bankruptcy, even though he was making a six-figure income and she was a teacher. And so there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And so true health means having freedom and being able to do what we want in that arena. And it might start small. It might start with, you know, just reducing debt, or to be able to pay for a child's college education, to be able to travel. Like, everybody's vision and dream of having some freedom in these areas is different. But what we want to do first is kind of open our own eyes to what's possible, and then be able to then use that and be modeling that, and then be able to easily offer this to our clients. So you want to share a little bit, Larry?
Sure, absolutely. So again, as far as sharing with clients and stuff like that, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was money in general. You know, money, you know, people, it's a tool. I'm in the money business. You know, my background is always been on Wall Street. I do financial planning, investment management. My specialty is actually trading. But money is really nothing until a value, some sort of value. It's used for some kind of value. So whether that is taking care of family members, whether that's taking care of somebody in need that you want to give money to, or paying your bills, or sending somebody to college. Again, money is just a tool. It could be used for good and bad, right? We know money can be used for bad things as well. So again, money as any kind of motivator doesn't work. Sometimes people get raises in their jobs, and they're like, oh, I need a raise, I got a raise. From statistics, it's a short-term motivator. It only lasts for a couple months before people are miserable again, trying to figure out what it is they're really looking for in their career, in their jobs, and what that meaning is. So one of the things I want to talk about is, how do you set your goals? How do you set your visions? What it really is your goal? Now, money, of course, will help you get to that goal. But again, if you don't have that goal, if you don't have that vision, that's your driver. That's your driver in order to achieve what you're trying to achieve. So tonight, what I wanted to do is just go through and kind of talk about little things. So let's look back. I always like to look back as far as where I came from, and what benefits, or what kind of things have I been blessed with over time, in my life, and where I am today. Could I have imagined where I am today? And the answer is no. I look at where I grew up, and my, and I had a good childhood. It wasn't terrible or anything like that. But when I look at it, I've got a lot of things today, and a lot of things. I've got a great family. I've got when I look at material things, I don't have a lot of material things, but I've been blessed with a lot of experiences and things that I can do to help others. And that's really big in my heart. Those are my motivators. Those are my dreams. Right? So what I want you to do is take the time, and it doesn't have to be right now, but tonight, ask yourself the question, where was I? Okay? And where am I today? Am I better off today than where I was before? Okay? My hope is that you can say yes. And you can say yes because you've found this organization, this community that we have set up here, and you can say, I am. I feel better today. I'm healthier today. Financially, I'm growing today versus where I am, and I have a goal, right? And that's looking towards the future. What is my goal for the future? And that's the next big thing, okay? So if you look at where you are, you look at where you're today, and you look at where you're going, my hope for you is that where you're going is achievable. And the neat thing about it is this community right here, us on the phone tonight, on the computer, right? We can work together as a team because we are a team to help each other grow and achieve those goals and dreams. Now, the challenge you can have is identifying what the dreams and goals are, because here's the thing I know, because it's the same thing with really every human being, right? We're afraid to fail, all right? And failure is because we cut ourselves short, okay? We cut ourselves short and we say, maybe I don't have the money, or I don't, because guess what? Everyone fails. Everybody fails. I fail. Dee fails. We all fail. Okay? But the neat thing about it is, if we know we're going to fail, and we know we learn from those failures, we're that much closer to achieving our goals and dreams. Okay? That's hard, right? It's really hard for us to take that. We look at it and we say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to try that. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to make that phone call. Okay? I don't want to make that presentation. All right? But when we make that presentation, or we make that phone call, even if we make a mistake, we learn from it, so the next time we don't make it again. And that's what successful people do. They push through that, and that's all part of the learning process. Just like when we were in school, okay, that's all part of the learning process to grow and hit those dreams. So I wanted to leave you with that exercise, and I also want you to leave you with two things. I love to give away stuff, right? So one of the folks that had an impact on me, one of a book that I read is called The Art of Possibilities. And the gentleman's name is Benjamin Zander. Benjamin Zander was the head of the Boston Philharmonic, a classical conductor and musician and stuff like that. And he's actually really neat. And I'll give you the shortcut. If you don't want to read the book, just Google him, Benjamin Zander, and watch some of his stuff. First of all, you'll laugh. The guy is very funny, okay? And he's got a great way of talking about yourselves and how you learn, okay? In his classes, and I still got time, right? I'm still doing good? Okay. So in his classes, what he does is he starts out and he gives everybody, he walks in and he says, you all get an A. All right? So right now, I want all of you to sink in and feel that. You all get an A. You're all trying hard on your health, okay? Trying to make your lives better for yourselves and your families. You all get an A. All right? How does that feel? It should feel great. It should feel great that I've got an A. Well, that's exactly what Xander's saying. Okay? Now we've got that out of the way. Now learn and be the best that you can be at what you know and grow. Okay? Grow into the best. So what he did was, in his classes, everybody gets an A, provided they send a letter to him saying what they're going to be at the end of the semester. Okay? They have to be whoever they are, whatever goal they set at the end of the semester. So if it's to be the best cello player, they have to put that down, and they have to basically put that in writing, and then they work towards that goal and achieve it. So it's really amazing when you do that, the power of his students. They had the A, and they're like, okay, now my goal is to be the best cello player or the best trombone player or whoever it is. That was their goal, and to achieve that. So again, I encourage you to go out there. If you have the time to read the book, read it. It's an excellent book. Or just Google some of the YouTube about Xander, and you'll get the gist of it right away as far as what he's trying to accomplish with his students. So the key thing, again, I missed one point, is, again, having vision. That was the one word I missed. Vision. Making sure you have your vision and your goal. Okay? So again, you all get A's, and that's the deal. And the last thing I'm going to share with you, okay, and it's about keeping on working hard, okay? Just the other day, I don't know if we have many Olympic fans out there, but man, was it so inspirational, okay? The gentleman's name is, I have to read it, his name is Simon Hegstad Kruger, okay? And he's from Norway. And I don't know if you guys got to watch it the other night, but if you didn't, watch it, go on NBC. But he was in the skiathlon, which is a cross-country 50-kilometer race, right? And in the very beginning, as you can imagine, you got all these skiers from all these countries, and they all start out at the same time. Well, Kruger, and this is his first Olympics, Kruger's like in the middle of the pack, and just as they're starting off, somebody clips the back of his ski, and he's involved in a pile-up with like 3 or 4 other guys. And they're laying on the ground as everybody takes off. And they're all gone. Kruger gets up. He's got a broken ski pole. Somebody hands him a new ski pole. He is last. He is last out of these huge group of guys going for the cross-country skiing. What was amazing in watching, and I watched it live, it was pretty amazing. He took first. He took first place in horrible conditions, in horrible snow. He took first place, okay? And he said, he goes, I can't believe it. He goes, I was at the end. He goes, I was dead last. And he goes, I just kept going, okay? And so that was the neat thing. And in fact, Norway scored gold, silver, and bronze, all 3 guys from Norway. So and these Norwegians really know how to do their cross-country skiing. But my encouragement to you is, again, never give up. Stay with the community, okay? Set your vision. Go through that exercise. Set your vision, okay? And let us as a team work together to refine each one of us to be the best that we can be. So I think that's what I got tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And one really great exercise, I think the real key thing he said was about our future and that vision of what we want. And just like when we go through it with our clients, right? When we talk to our clients about their physical transformation, it's not how much weight do you want to lose, right? What we're really trying to do is paint that picture for them and ask those questions and dig to get to the heartstrings of why is this important? Like, it's not the number on the scale. Just like Larry said, it's not the money you make. It's not the $500 or the $1,000 or the $10,000. It's what it's going to do for you, right? So we need to attach that emotion to our vision. So this past Wednesday night, Lisa Castro led the company's Habits of Health webinar on dreams, and basically taking a dream and putting it into a specific picture for ourselves. And then how do you make that your reality? So, sometimes, I'll ask questions with coaches that come on as new coaches, and it's like, well, what do you excite? Like, what would you do if you had some extra income? Well, I'd love to travel. Okay, great. Like, where are we going? Where's the first place you'll go once you have some extra income? Like, what are we looking at? Oh, it's Italy. Okay, great. What's it going to cost? Like, okay, so we're going to go to Italy. Like, when would you want to go? Like June, September? Like, start to visualize when we could make that happen. Because even in our habits of transformational leadership, I mean, one of the fundamental principles is that we are most fulfilled as humans when we are pursuing something that's important to us, right? So just like Larry said, it's not necessarily the check you get or whatever. It's that recognition. It's that feeling of accomplishment of achieving what it is you want in your life. And we have this really unique opportunity today to start making that happen. Right? And we don't want to just be drifting, thinking, yeah, it would be nice to travel one day. Let's make it happen, or whatever it is for you. So I'm going to recommend that you watch that Habits of Health webinar. You can just go to YouTube and put in Habits of Health webinars or Habits of Health Zoom calls, and all of the library of them will come up. And it was Dreams by Lisa Castro this past Wednesday night. So I think that's a great first starting place. And then the other question that I had received, and we have a lot of newer coaches on the phone, was really just some assistance would be helpful regarding our compensation plan. Kind of understanding what's possible, what do we make, and then should you share about coaching with somebody else, how could we effectively be able to share with them what's possible? And if you are new, and if we are going to be offering the Trilogy and the coaching opportunity to somebody else, I would encourage you to let your coach do that call with them. So it's a matter of just inviting them. Hey, would you like to take a look at this? I think it could really help you in this area. Would you like to explore it? And if they say yes, then you schedule a call with your business coach, and then we'll do a Zoom, and we can let somebody who's a little ahead of you do that. So I am going to tell you my compliance statement. Can you guys see this? Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see this. Okay. So my compliance statement is that some of this is, estimates, averages, and I can show you the income disclosure form if you want it, but just wanted to kind of give you a picture of this. So, let's see. I'm just trying to get my screen so I can have my full view. So the first thing is, what does a senior coach make? And somebody who's coming on as a new coach in their first 30 days. So if they acquire 5 clients, or you acquire 5 clients in your first 30 days, and do it within a month where you actually reach the rank of senior coach, what does that look like? And so basically, to do the math on it, you would earn, a new health coach would earn $456 their first month as a new health coach if they acquired 5 coaches in those first 30 days and were the senior coach rank in a month. So that includes a $100 bonus that the new health coach is going to receive, and it also and then you as the sponsor also receive $100. So that's pretty sweet. So for somebody coming in purchasing a health coach kit for $199, they are they've already made a profit in their first month. And I don't know if you've read any kind of statistics on owning a business, but it usually takes about 3 years before somebody makes a profit when they are an entrepreneur. So this is pretty darn good that we can do it in 30 days. And then in the month of February, we do have the Accelerate bonus, so that an individual and their sponsor would receive an additional $50 if they have, win this scenario. So their monthly total would be $506. So pretty good. And so go ahead.
Yeah, if I can say something. So, again, being the finance guy that I am, right? When I saw this, I scratched my head. I really did. And I was just like, what? So I said, so there's no risk here. That's basically what I said. Now, we can't say that. We can't say that because, again, people could do nothing and they could lose $199. But in reality, I looked at this and I'm like, and I know D, and I'm like, you got this. It was that simple from that perspective. You got this. It's 100. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, it's $199 if you sign up nobody. And so that was a real motivator for me, because I looked at everything, and I read everything in the world. That's just the way I was raised and trained at work and stuff like that. So I read everything, and I said, okay, so you get a health coach kit, and if you do nothing, it's $199 you lost. And I was like, simple, let's do this. And so again, within the first month, 5 clients, they've already paid it back. They've already made their money back on the $199, and everything else is gravy, right? So if you're here tonight and you're a senior coach, you're ahead of the game, okay? And everything from here on out is up. It's all positive. It's all the way, okay? So I just want to, when you're talking to clients and everything, speak with confidence that, again, they could. It's $199, and that's their risk from that standpoint. So, sorry.
No, that's good. And just to give you a picture, when, once somebody is past that first window of time, they'd be earning about $356 a month, probably even a little bit more, because the odds of them being right at $1,200 or whatever in volume, or which is 5 clients, but $356. So if you think about it, that would pay for somebody's food. Right? So how often do we have people or clients that will say, I don't know if I can continue, money's a little tight, or they're cutting corners, them coming on board, linking arms, helping 5 people. Or if it's yourself and you're, senior coach, you can look at it and say, well, you know what? I'm netting out on my food. I'm actually ahead of the game because I'd be buying food anyway. Right? So from there, no.
Did it go to the right place?
Okay. So from there, it starts to grow pretty exponentially. So I just did some estimates here. So, a senior coach is you always have to have 5 clients ordering to be a senior coach rank. But to be in that window between senior coach and the next rank of manager, you're going to have between 5 and 7 clients, and earn, 20% commission on those. So you're going to be earning that between $356 and $479 a month operating as a senior coach. That's not bad. If it's not your food that's being paid for or something, that could be a car payment. It could be whatever it is for an individual. Like Larry said, when you kind of associate it to what might bring value to you. A manager rank, that's the next ranking. A manager is $2,400 to $3,599 in frontline volume. That's in your sales to your clients. That's going to equate to about 7 to 10 clients. And you're going to be making 22% commission. So your income, you can see there under manager, $528 to $791. Now, I am going to talk about this a little bit more about certification. But once you reach about $2,000 in frontline volume, it's really highly encouraged that you get certified and go through the certification process. And I'll talk about that in more detail. But when we're certified, and you can do that right out of the gate, when you become a brand new health coach, but when you're certified, you're going to be paid another 3% on every order. And we really, as your business coaches, try to keep an eye on this for you, because we don't want you to leave money on the table. But I just want you to start to see some of these numbers that'll happen if you're not certified, what you could be leaving on the table. So in this case, anywhere from $72 to $107. Associate director grows from there. You're looking at about 11 to 14 clients. And there's your income. You're crossing over into the $1,000 a month ratio. These are monthly figures. And again, look at those that certification bonus we're starting to leave on the table if not certified. And then the director, we're starting to make some progress here. And you see it's growing pretty exponentially as far as the income. And a director level is 13 to 17 clients. And these are pretty much based on brand new clients. So a brand new client, their order is going to be $356. As your clients go on, you might see that they drop their orders a little bit. So it might take a few more clients. If you're not bringing on new clients, it might take a few more than that. Yeah,
and if I can add too, just because again, this was just it's in my wheelhouse. Try to make it simple for yourselves though. I mean, there's 4 bullet points in each one of these boxes here. Pick 2 that really resonate or make it easy for you, right? So if somebody, you have a potential health coach and they're asking you about things, but you can say 5 to 7 clients, you're going to make $356 to $479. Make it simple for them. Don't overcomplicate it. if they make that decision to join on, the rest is going to be easy, right? Because again, they'll be able to see quickly how they can make money in this. Now, and Dee's going to talk a little bit more about it, but what you're going to see though is the exponential factor of math starts to kick in, okay? So again, you have a larger frontline volume, a larger percentage of the frontline volume, you're making more money. And so it'll kick in, and you really don't, I kind of tease Dee, I'm like, just don't worry about titles or anything. Just keep taking care of clients and helping people. And that's the key thing. We're in the helping people business. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about title. Worry about helping people, and the rest comes.
And I really like to do what I like to do, especially if I'm working with a coach on reaching their next ranking, is I like to translate it to how many more clients it is. So, for example, if they're trying to reach executive director at 6,000 and they're $700 away, I just like to translate that and say that's 2 clients. Like, are there 2 people in the world that need our help? Absolutely. We just need to go find them. So really associating and putting it together with the human of what we're doing.
And I'm sorry, one other thing. I know you're trying to go.
Yeah.
But the key thing too is, as coaches, the one thing we always want to do too is we want to help our coaches to make sure they're not leaving money on the table. Okay, so keeping an eye on our coaches to be that extra assistance for them to try to help that along. Now, it's your responsibility because, again, it's your business, but a good coach is going to help you along and point out opportunities so you don't leave money on the table.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so executive director, once you've reached senior coach, my real recommendation is to set your goal on executive director. I mean, that's really where you start to maximize your compensation and where you can earn the full amount that's available, which is 31% on an order. So like on executive director, I have 28% commission there, but if you add the 3% certification, there's your 31%. And most executive directors, based on the number of clients they're servicing, are usually making about $2,000 a month. And probably about 10 hours a week of work. But here's what I want to show you, because this is the value of why we want to offer the Trilogy. Number one, we're all on this call because somebody offered us health coaching, right? Somebody offers us this opportunity that we could grow in these areas of healthy mind and healthy finances. So that's the number one reason we want to offer it. But it also, it's a great way to build your business in terms of not having to rely so much on yourself and rely so much on finding all the clients. So to give you an example with the blended path, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but a blended path, it would be about 14 clients on your own and having 1 senior coach on your team. So they're helping 5, you're helping 14. It maximizes your time because it's going to take you less time to work with 1 coach than 5 separate clients. And it's going to push you up to that higher compensation level. And then, like I said, if something happened with you, if you got sick or whatever, you've got some stability in your business where other people are working with you. So the certification that we talked about the $2,000 threshold is when I suggest that everybody get certified when your client volume is that. It's an online course. It is through Villanova University, the 3% additional commission, $200, but you earn that back very quickly because what it does is it then puts you into a pool of a rolling consistency bonus. Now, to get a rolling consistency bonus, we have to be certified. And what that is, it's a quarterly bonus that's paid to us every 3 months that we consistently maintain within these ranges. And it is the average over the course of 3 months, but you can get a quarterly bonus that ranges from $250 a quarter, which is not bad, $750 in a year, or $500 bonus, that's $2,000 in a year, or a $1,000 bonus, which is $4,000 in a year. That's a vacation, right? That's something. So that's just something I want you to be real aware of. And it just starts to grow. I took this picture from this weekend with Dan Bell, but the numbers really start to grow exponentially from here in terms of how many clients you have if you really want to do it all with frontline volume. Or we could start to build, and I don't want to go too deep here. I think I'd rather just stick with kind of where we are. But just to show you, when you see some of these people that are on the calls, they started just like you and I, right? Just as health coaches. And then they caught the vision and kept going forward with it and growing with it. And that was definitely our story as well. But when you sponsor other coaches and you help other coaches do what you're doing, and we help you do that, it just builds stability to your business. It takes you less hours to earn those higher commission rates, and just provides the depth and equity that we're looking for. So the numbers, just real quick to kind of show you, if you're an executive director and you have 5 senior coaches, you're increasing to anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 a month. And that part of that variation is depending on how many clients you have yourself. Integrated national director, you just start to see these numbers grow exponentially. These are monthly figures. I didn't even put presidential on there because it's just really good, that number. So lots possible, and that's kind of where I wanted to leave that. And we are out of time. It's at 9, so I will definitely be available for questions. If you want to schedule a call, I'd be happy to answer any questions around this, and work with you guys from where you are now. You guys work on your dream, and we'll help you move and put that in place, and then we can pay that forward, right? I loved what Brad Heyman said at the end of the call with Dr. A. He said, all we're doing is we're helping people transform their lives. What are we afraid of when it comes to talking to other people? All we're doing is helping people change their lives. It's good stuff. We had a great event this past Saturday in Atlanta. Thanks to you guys that came. Julie Apple traveled from Charlotte to be here with Dan Bell. And I know that Julie Apple is hosting an event in Charlotte this Saturday. And if you live in the Atlanta area, we're really blessed that another presidential director, Jamil Frazier, will be here. And he's here on Sunday on the 3rd at 3 o'clock is that meeting. And this is a great one for you to attend as a health coach, to invite your potential clients and your potential coaches. And space is limited, so we do want to have very specific invitations on those.
Yeah, and just a reminder, wherever we have sessions going on. So, for example, we got Julie doing something in Charlotte. If you have friends or families in the Charlotte area, hey, invite them. Even though you're not going to be there, I tell you, I know Julie's going to take care of them. And, again, they'll have a good opportunity. So, again, Atlanta, wherever we have things going on, send your potential clients or potential coaches there. And, again, they know you introduced them to the program, so it's nothing you have to worry about. So, remember, you've got opportunities across the country to invite friends to activities there. So, again, and if you're not sure, just let us know.
And sometimes I'll hear from a coach like, oh, I really wish I lived in Atlanta. Like, there's nothing where I am. What I want you to think back is go back about 9 years. There was one coach in Atlanta. Somebody offered it to her. There was one coach. Her coach was in Florida. And she built this area. She built this area by offering health coaching. He came up and helped her host the meetings. I did the same for Julie. As Julie was building Charlotte, I drove to Charlotte and helped her host meetings. We will do the same for you guys. All right. So we will help you build in New Jersey. We'll help you build in Miami. We'll help you build in Boone. We'll help you build in Tampa. Making sure I got everybody represented here. We will help you do that. All right. And so as we start to build a community, we can work together. So I don't want you to feel left out, because our mission is we want this happening everywhere, you guys. So we can work together to make that happen. So thanks for tuning in. We're here for your questions, and you guys have a great week.
Love you guys. Be good.
Thanks. Bye.